Once again, I am back again making a little tips and tutorial video on our favorite game, Twisted Metal Black. But this time, I'm going to be focusing more on the unlockables. I say this time because I plan to make a little series of videos, and I'm going to be calling it, very basically, the Newbie's Guide to Twisted Metal Black. After watching countless videos and streams, it's obvious that not a lot of people are going to put hours upon hours upon hours trying to learn every Twisted Metal game that there is. And obviously, Black is going to be no exception. So, trying to make some of the more difficult, out of the way, just unreasonable things that Black asks you to do to collect some shit like the map on Suburbs for specifics. Like, that thing is such a fucking pain, and I'm going to try and show every single map unlock and every single character unlock in the game. And this is just going to be the start of my little series, but I can't wait. First off, I'm going to start with the unlockables, i.e. characters and maps. You can't really complete a Twisted Metal Black game if you don't have every car unlocked, let alone play them. And Yellowjacket, Axel, Warthog, Manslaughter, and eventually Minion are all cars that you really want. Not only for their sheer power, but some of their stories are pretty interesting. Or funny to laugh at how bad it is. But that is neither here nor there. And so we begin what will hopefully be a learning series for people, because I know how hard Twisted Metal Black is to get into. It kind of just throws you in the middle. You don't know any of the codes. You don't know any of the maps, where any of the weapons are, what the weapons are even. So I'm going to assume that everybody watching this is going to be from a I've never played this game before perspective. So I am not trying to like belittle or act like everyone is just an idiot when they play the game. No, I'm just trying to make sure that the people who don't play the game or have never played the game can get a proper understanding of it. Because I don't really see many like newbies guides or like just general tips videos for any of the Twisted Metals. And there is quite a bit of, I'll say it, elitism with some of the games that if you're not good at it, you don't deserve to play it kind of shit, and I really don't like that. I'd much rather have everyone get a nice learning, like just smooth sailing path into it. And hopefully that's what I'm going to do today. So, I hope you enjoy. The reason I'm even bothering with the unlockables is because I've had it happen far too many times, where I'm in someone's Twitch chat trying my best to describe how to unlock Axel, or God forbid, how to find where the Suburbs Map unlock is. And I can tell you, trying to tell you such things through a text chat is just impossible. I mean, even if you decide to go to Google and type in Twisted Metal Black, how to unlock X, you'll just be taken to some website that has no pictures, no video, and you're just fucking left dead right confused.
We'll do the attempts. I'll Google it since Doll's doing his thing. Twisted Metal Black Axel. Okay. Drive to the construction site and you'll see a yellow crane. Use the hill to aim yourself at the yellow box and shoot at it until it's destroyed. Upon doing so, the crane will operate and lower the crate down to the corner and turning the light. What? No, Omega. Oh, I blew up a thing. Is this the construction yard? Oh, this is bigger than I thought. So yellow crane. Might have to find a video. Yellow box. Unless I'm in the wrong spot. Okay, hang on.
Not to mention, even if they understand word for word exactly what to do, where to go, they don't exactly know how. And I know I keep using this as an example, but Suburbs. It is such a pain in the ass. If you are not used to the motion, the physics, and just the general speed of any car in this game, you're not going to know how to get up there. Most people who just don't play the game and only want to maybe get a 100% completion on their PSN trophy list. They're not going to have the regular Twisted Metal knowledge that anyone who's been playing for years upon years will have. So I want people who have never had any experience with the game easily understand it and get the hang of it, and more importantly, get the annoying shit out of the way first, which is the map Unlockables. Now, to get every map, I chose Roadkill for this because he has fairly high speed and handling and everything else. So choosing a base car to use instead of just doing a different one every time makes it a lot easier. Now, the moment you spawn in, you need to collect at least 2 barrels, and they are all over the map. There's one beside the big statue of a pizza boy. There's one inside of a large building that's in the middle of the map. And there's one hanging off the edge on a weird circle platform surrounded by a bunch of fire. What you're going to need to do then is go to the aforementioned pizza boy statue, or the guy that has a whole bunch of just green all over, fire barrel after barrel at him until he explodes. After that, there will be a large chunk of him that will land on the ground, and you have to use that as a ramp to land onto the crusher. Now, you have to time it right, because either the crusher will land on you and crush you, or you can just be sent careening off over it and having to try over again. Just go a reasonable, moderate speed, no slowing, no boost, and you'll be able to land onto it no problem. And once at the top, you can just observe your surroundings and see the black box on the side. Of course, you can jump on the platform and collect a few weapons and healths, and then use all those weapons that you collected to just absolutely demolish every AI that got in your way. Okay, I have messed up the editing and the gameplay. I have screwed up way too many times. So I'm just going to do this no editing, just all raw, no rubber, just no fucks given anymore. I have messed it up way too many times. So now wherever you spawn, it doesn't really matter. You just need to go into the town. And the best way to find where you need to end up is with this giant smoke thunder cloud up here. Go over here first and destroy the water tower, because it will get in the way of your jumps, and you need as much energy and turbo as possible. After that, you just need to head over here to this giant entrance of the carnival, stand in front of the Ferris wheel, turn to your left, and there will be a gas barrel right in front of you, and a hot babe in your area wanting to ram you over and over again. After that, just tap X or tap square, and then lightly land onto the building. You can easily just soar over this jump going too fast, and eventually just get upset, and then eventually just go way too slow. But once you're on this part, just press square, and then jump. You don't need turbo, you don't need to go too slow, you don't need to pace yourself. Just regular gas all the way to the very last jump, all the way to the very last part, and then you jump. Afterwards, you'll face that building over there, get to the furthest point, and then turbo, jump, brake. Because if you continue using turbo, you'll go too fast. If you don't use turbo, you'll go too slow. And if you don't brake, you'll just slide right off of the building and then have to do it all over again. And now, that little box is where the last map is. Not the last map. The last jump we need. I already got it earlier because, like I said, I fucked this jump up so many times. But you just need to stay at a decent pace away, normal gas, and then jump. It doesn't really matter if you land on top of it or not. It's just a single power missile, and all we're here for is the map anyway. But I feel so much better. But yeah, this is the Hell map. As you can see, and hopefully soon experience, it is a pain to try and describe doing that on a person's Twitch. Just sitting in the chat trying to describe how to do that over and over again Like, it's so difficult. So hopefully with this, I can lay this demon to rest. After Suburbs, you will get a choice between Downtown or Highway Loop. And if you're worried about which map will have the map unlock, don't worry. Both of them do, because of course they do. The easier of the two is by far Downtown. When you spawn into the map, the most important side you need to be on is the one with the building that says Atomic Bank, or the two little platforms above that you can take via elevators. The elevators are inside of the buildings that have destructible walls. And once you get up top, you can kind of get a vantage point of where you need to go. There are two ways you can go about getting this. The way I usually do it is to slowly drive forward and hope I land onto the platform below without just the physics deciding to just skull fuck me and then knock me off, which happens a lot. The only problem is with the way I usually do it, you kind of have to jump, almost no matter what car you are, unless you're Manslaughter, Darkside, or Sweet Tooth, like the big cars, you will need to jump, or else you'll just go right under it every single time. The other way is by taking the elevator and then taking the bridge just a little bit further out, and you can get a more easy sight of what you need. And then once you're above, you can just drive right down and collect it without any issue. And of course, after that, we can all just happily dance on the grave of our enemies. Now, the Highway Loop map is by far one of the easiest and also most annoying maps to get, because it strictly relies on the AI not being assholes. All you have to... now, I know I am using cheats, which I know is heavily just annoying and frowned upon in my eyes, but generally it will come to the same effect, even if you play it normally, without any cheats and just going through the game as vanilla as can be. All you need to do is kill each and every enemy. All but one. Save one for the end. Because the more enemies there are, the more likely they are to absolutely fuck with you. Once every enemy is dead, you will make your way to the bridge, where AI can kind of just fall off and die. For some reason, they love doing that. And you'll notice, just outside of the map, just like all my ex-girlfriends said to me, one of these balls are not like the other. You will need a gas barrel. You will fire the gas barrel at the suspicious ball, and it will begin to roll down the map. Now, this is why it's important to make sure there are no AI around you, because they will drive into it and blow it up, meaning that you have to die and retry everything all over again. Once the ball finally makes its path to the end and blows up, you will then be rewarded with a health, a gas barrel, a power missile, and the long-awaited map that you hopefully never have to return to this one to get ever again. And now it's time for the Snowy Roads map quick round, where all I have to do is tell you to go to the middle of the map with the full health station. You continue going until you reach a big, large building out in the middle of nowhere. Take a 90-degree turn left, go straight. Go down the hill, grab the health, take a 90-degree angle right, keep going, right up the hill. There it is. I'm only doing this quickly because my girl Darkside decided to be Darkside, and I'm very upset. Skyscrapers is by far the weirdest and also one of the most annoying to describe to people how to unlock, because the map is just so damn large, and there are surprisingly not a lot of specific factors that you can mention without providing an entire 5 fucking paragraphs. Now, the church is a decent starting point because it's the one that everybody recognizes, the one that everybody remembers, and is the most basically standout point on this map. What you'll need to do after is turn around, go down the ramp, jump down, and then go to our beloved friend, the Wrecking Ball. Of course, we have to give our prayers and respects because this guy will fuck you up if you don't give him any time of day. Afterwards, you'll want to continue going until you reach a giant billboard. What you'll need to do next is go to where this little area is very uneven. One part is a lot larger than the other. Then on your controller, you will need to press select and down at least 2 times, and it will change your camera to an aerial view. With this view, you can back up, reposition yourself, and look exactly where the map is. And yes, you have to die to get the map. And remember, every like equals 1 prayer to every dark side out there that can't help but see an edge and drive right off of it like a beautiful soaring eagle weighing 50 tons. God bless Darkside. Now, I know I said that Snowy Roads was going to be a lightning round, but I completely forgot about Warhawk. All you have to do for this dumb flying bastard is just go directly into the middle, look to where it says Special Ops on 2 giant large buildings with hangars on top, or if you played the game, pretty much where the little mini minions spawn, the tankers. You go right up to the edge. Once you've lined yourself up, just use turbo, go forward, and hit it. If you don't use turbo, you'll go too slow and you'll miss it. If you jump, you'll fucking miss it. And if you turbo and jump, you're fucking flying and you have no chance of hitting it. Yeah, the other 3 map unlocks are pretty much just play endurance. Get 15 kills on Junkyard, 10 kills on Snowy Roads, and 10 kills on Drive-In Movie Theater. The only thing I can recommend is play a car you're good at. Cheat. Yeah, basically just get good or cheat. Starting off with the vehicle unlockables is Yellowjacket, because he's directly found on the first map. All you have to do is hope that you catch the plane driving around the outside just in time, because that is your literal ticket. Fire missiles are preferably best used against it, and there are quite a few points that you can just post up, wait, and fire one off right at the exact time you need. And once you start seeing flames coming out of the back, that's when you know you hit it. Then you just travel up the ramp or go down into the lowest pit, set yourself up for a good view, and then fuck it up because I'm an idiot. Now, once the plane is successfully landed, you can then traverse the tunnel it creates. And at the very end of that tunnel, you will find a very weird circle. And within that circle is a little panel that all you have to do is shoot a few times, and then congratulations, you have unlocked the world's slidiest car. I mean, Yellowjacket. Next on our list is one of the easier ones to get, because actually we technically already went over how to get them. If you follow the Suburbs route with the map that I mentioned earlier, all you have to do is basically do the exact same thing. Jump onto the first building, turn around, shoot a little hut on top. It creates a hole, you fall down, shoot the panel, boom, Warthog unlocked. The only regret I have is that I might have finished my task a bit too early in front of the ladies, and I'm embarrassed. Alright, fine. I guess I'll describe how to unlock this piece of living trash as well. But I can proudly say you can call me motherfucking Jesus with how great these spawns are. It may take me a few days, but I got this shit nailed. Oh, sorry. All you have to do to unlock Axel is drive to the point to where in one little swing you can see the bridge with the train that can cross, the construction site with 2 cranes, and the Stay Hospital. Also in view is the full heal station. That is going to be your point of reference for where you should move. Drive towards the full heal station. You can go over it if you want. Go down the first hill, go up the second hill, but don't crest it. Don't go over the top. Stay slanted and facing the air. Hopefully the AI doesn't fuck you, but God knows they will, because if you're trying to do anything important, they won't have it. You will want to save up barrels for this, because it's at least in my experience, the easier one to hit. You can try and experiment with missiles or machine guns, power missiles, whatever other weapons you want. But in my personal experience, I've had barrels be the most useful. That's why grabbing a few is very helpful, because you can kind of recorrect your aim. If the first one's low, you move back, and hopefully the second one's higher. If you aim high, you move forward, and hopefully the second one's lower, etc., etc. You blow up his cage, and then you get to unlock this piece of shit that no one really cares about. You know. Anyway, moving on to something actually important. Usually I wouldn't show the excess, like the unreasonable extra stuff. But for this, I think it's kind of warranted to give a more precise location of what parts of the map you're supposed to be focusing on. On Prison Passage, you are then pitted against 1v2, 1v2, then 1v4. After you kill the first 4 people, you must wait for the boat to dock. After you do so, you are then allowed to explore the entire map, as it were. But that's not what we're here to do. We don't give a shit about the map. We only give a shit about my man, Manslaughter. Now, once the ship eventually does dock, the front will open in a door that leads to a ramp down into the prison. You want to go down that ramp, take a right, go forward a little bit, take another right, then just keep on going until you see shipping containers with a health on top of them. That health is what signals that you're supposed to go up there. But it's still confusing as to what you're supposed to do next and how they expected you to figure it out. What you're supposed to do after you shoot the container on the far left to make a ramp, you go up it and then shoot the wall of the ship. You then go inside and then unlock Manslaughter. I mean, look at him. This man is an Adonis. You cannot get anywhere near peak vehicular performance like this man right here. I mean, shit. Look at his character. It looks like me after a night of mayhem. You can't get much better than this perfection. But he is perfect. He isn't the last of what we need. After you bite the bullet, complete every story, every car, and unlock every character, you will get the final unlockable. Although I think that's best something you find out for yourself. What? I'm not here to play the game for you. I'm just here to help you along the way. And that should wrap up the first in this little newbie guide series. I know I was a bit dramatic at points, but I can't help it. I gotta make just talking about where to find shit in games fun somehow. Besides, I get to test some editing stuff, and I had fun with it. Also, I will make a very important note. The clip I used near the beginning of Sir Patches he did allow me to use his footage. He expressly said he wants a cameo. Fucking proof.
I'm glad we picked it. Gonna make a video showing you how to get all the unlockables. I can send it to you when I upload it because some of them are annoying. Fuck yeah, bro. Do it. Ooh, let me have a cameo.
So yeah, he's perfectly fine with it. If not, then I'll happily edit and take this part down. But I mean, as far as I know, he doesn't mind. But yeah, eventually I will have the next few videos up in maybe like within the month, hopefully. It is a lot to go through though, because I am planning on doing a video on every car, every map, and I think redoing my speedrun strats video, because some things have obviously changed in the God knows how many months since I released that video. I do hope you guys actually enjoyed it, because I do really want to start making YouTube videos, because editing, pain in the ass. This video I started from scratch, took me about 5 hours. And it's like just a pile of shit. But I really want to, I have a lot of fun just compiling a bunch of clips and shit and just doing whatever I can with what I got. Anyway, Outro done. So I do hope that each and every one of you have a good rest of your morning, day, or night.